Well, hello everybody out there in YouTube land. So I wanted to do a quick video here just to show something I ran into here. I thought it was kind of interesting because it's called the Simpson Model 450. And I'll show you this. Hopefully I can zoom in. Yeah. Alright, got some light on the subject here. Right, I have my glasses on. Somewhere on this thing it says Model 450. Okay, so why do I want to point that out? Well, I can figure out which way makes that go. Alright, why do I want to point that out? Well, I was looking through the books that were included with that, and it says Simpson Model 450. It gives you a bunch of stuff here, and there's the old man's notes that had it before me, and that's the ham radio term, OM, old man. But I saw here, there's one that says Operator's Manual for Simpson 305 tube, and he says, not on that one, but on this one. Operator's Manual also for Model 460, and this is for the 305 and 305 RC. So it's kind of interesting. I did look up on the internet, just a quick look up, and I can't find this particular one that has the high voltage probes up in the corners there. So just something of interest here. So we'll poke around in it a little bit and see what we can discover. Alright, so look what I found. Well, I was working on that, the Field Code 20 and testing tubes. I kind of remembered coming upon this, and let's see. Let's flip it over, I guess. No, I don't know what the heck way it goes. Anyhow, look at this. It's like, this is going to be like the old barn find. Will it run? Well, it's got the Simpson Model 450. It looks like. Yep, Model 450. It's got the original manuals with it, but will it run? Well, of course it's not going to run. It doesn't have the darn cord. The cord's ripped out of it. Here's the for the external anode or plate, whatever lead they have, you know, that this plugs onto the top of. Looks like, I don't think it got burned up. I think it's just brittle from the years of it being old. But anyhow, we'll open it up real quick and see. I see a couple of things wrong. First off, this doesn't look like the correct switch because the screws are missing. There is no power cord, as I showed you before. I guess it comes out right here. I can feel a little grommet inside here. I haven't even looked I don't know anything about this thing. I didn't look anything up. I just pulled it out to see what it would take to get it working, and when I saw there's no power cord, I assumed that it's probably not going to be a quick fix, so I put it back away. But we'll look at it real quick. Looks like just two screws. Don't know if those are factory screws or they're straight. They're not Phillips, but I know they were big back then on using straight screws for everything. Let's take a look at it and see what it needs. Alright. Guess I can maybe you have to pull it straight out like this. Ugh. Alright, well first we'll take a look at the inside of the case here. I don't see anything that looks like it burned or anything. You can see that white there? That's probably from the screw, being a metal screw going into aluminum. Nothing in the case looks burned. It's a brass grommet, probably that the wire goes through, that I don't see in here anymore. So now let's get this out of our way and slide the board in. Here comes the board. Alright. Capacitor here. kind of rectifier that it has. Why am I assuming it's a rectifier? I don't know. Well, because it's stuck to the side of a transformer. It is a no number. Well, there's a lead right here that's cut. It goes to a fuse, so I'm assuming that's probably a power lead of some type. It's going to one side of the fuse. Vacuum tube, I can't read anything on it. One on the top. You see that it has noted 6J5 tube. I don't know if that's what this is or not. I'm sure it'll be easy enough to find out, especially because it's a Simpson. Plug this back in for now. Alright, here's one side that's cut. Here's the other. This guy right here. And that is, it's a line on off, so I'm assuming that's that. Don't know why they're cut, don't know anything about it. Here's two more capacitors that look like they would probably like to be replaced. So let's see. Another wire here that's looks like, if you look here, you can see this. Looks like this belonged in here, but the solder joint wasn't correct, or just not robust enough, and it let it come through. I'm not sure what that's all about. But top here, nothing really looks burned up on it or anything that I can see. These have to be literal wire wound resistors. That's really interesting. But I guess what I can do is I'll make a list of the, even though these resistors here aren't, they don't look like they got too hot. The ring on them still nice and shiny. So what I'll say is, I think we're going to be crazy. I'll find out what capacitors those are and get those. I don't know what this is all about. I don't think this is something they would have done from the factory. You can see it's a lead that goes down to, I guess, the diode here. It's got some resistors tied together here. I'm not sure what that's about. I'll have to see which leads those are. There's that switch they probably changed right here. Is that it? Yeah, that's the switch that they changed. It looks like it was changed a long time ago, though. I mean, it's not a shiny switch. I'm just assuming they changed it because the screws. Yeah, you know what it was? It was one of these square switches. I can see now it was one of these kind of switches, but they took it out and put that. So they probably drilled the square hole round, which makes me kind of sad, but you know. Let's see. All right. There's 3 caps that I can plainly see. And I don't see any other big power supply caps anywhere. The board looks a little bit bent, but that's okay. I don't know if you can't quite zoom in as much as I am, but if I move it back and forth. All right. 1, 2, 3 caps. See what that's all about. Get a power cord. Test this tube. Well, first we'll make sure it is what it says it is. And then we'll give this thing a power up. So I just wanted to give you a quick video of what I found down here that I haven't done anything with. got leads here for 3,000 and 1,500 volt. Don't know what that's all about. Definitely looks like it could use a little bit of decorrosion. Here's a spare. I guess you could, this is probably for a type of tube that hadn't been on the market yet, probably that was invented, but just not on the market yet. Positive, negative. Tube selector. So is this more than just a tube tester? Circuit selector. Huh. Filament. Filament selector. So you definitely need the book so you know what you're going with. Line test, the tube test. All right. So for now, we'll put this back together, just so I don't lose parts. And track down some information for it and read what I have. These screws back in. We go here and here, I think. That one falls right through. This one hangs on a little. That one feels pretty good. I can always fix these ones. That's not a problem. So here, as much as I hate to do it, I always hate to take these things off. But I have a feeling if I don't, I'm going to grab it by that and it's going to fall, and then it'll be backward. I mean, there's no restoring this. It's pretty much done. Unless I wanted to cut it off with a razor blade. I don't know what I did with that either. Okay. The dirt's just falling off of it. There we go. I was going to have to turn green there for a minute. All right. So that's it, and we'll bring back some more information when I get a chance to do this one. Just curious to see if it'll work for us. I'll put something in here. I don't know what. All right. Thanks for watching the Simpson model 450.